a very important, just after the VFX panel we had before this, about how to scale up the VFX studio. Basically, people who have a lot of dreams and ambitions in their mind and who are running successful and fast growing studios. I welcome you once again. I know after the session that we had last, there are mixed reactions in the people who been in the audience, like, क्या हो रहा है VFX में? Is it growing? Is it not growing? Is it stable? What's going to happen to us? How is AI going to affect us? Or how is the price war going to affect us? There might be a lot of questions in people who have stayed back after the last panel. So I think this is very important, this session. I would have loved to have more audience in this session, but since it's the end of the day, and yeah, thanks Adi, thanks Shiva, thanks. Yeah, my friends are coming in, so a lot of support here, including the one sitting here. Thank you for staying back. I think this is very, very important, and I would have loved more people to listen to these wonderful people talk about growing VFX studios. So without wasting any time, we all know that India's VFX ecosystem is rapidly evolving, with AI stepping in, with the price war stepping in, with a lot of issues that was discussed in the last panel. It's very challenging to start a VFX studio first and then sustain it and grow it later. So I'm really curious to know what is the exact scenario from your point of view, because you have been, built the studio now and trying to scale it now. So how is it going to affect your way, the way you are going about in the coming few years? Listening to what all the stalwarts told in the last panel, would you like to differ on that, or would you like to agree with that with a different point of view? In no particular order, this is a common question for all of you. In one line, what does growing smart mean for a VFX studio in today's industry? I would start with Samridhi. Yeah, you can start. You can start, yeah.
Okay, so in one line, I must say, to grow your business in a sustainable form with the best of the teams, strong teams, I must say, because talent, who brings the work, who brings best output in any of the movie or in any of the creative form, with the best use of the workflows process defined in a place, and definitely maintaining the strong client relationship.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. What has been the single biggest turning point in your studio journey so far?
Is it for me? Okay.
Common two questions for all the three of you. Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I will say it's not only getting a bigger project where we were the only primary, VFX service provider, but also to have the best of the pipeline in our place, because sometimes, you might get projects that might be big or small, but sometimes it also matters a lot, like what kind of processes we are using, what kind of pipeline we are using, and how it is helping in the automation. So when I say automation, that will also allow the team to work in the crunch time. So without burning it out, impact, and it is also helping in giving the best of the quality, which is very much important, and consistency is in the quality is way important to run any of the VFX studio.
Vrushank, would you like to add to this? What does growing smart mean for a VFX studio in today's?
Yeah, so when I started the studio, Ek Number Studio, 7 years back, I think like we were not that smart. We used to take any projects, whatever gets in our way. So being smart, growing smart is select your projects. It should be your identity. Like just don't say anything. Just don't take anything from the client. कि हम लोग सब कुछ करते हैं. Don't just take that much. Like we do specialization in animation. We do good motion graphics. That way your reel will also grow, and then your studio will also grow, and you'll get those clients.
But just adding to it, considering today's situation, do you think it will somewhere affect you in the beginning, in the longer run it will affect you because you'll be very specific about one particular thing?
Yeah, so I'm not saying ki be specific, at least get your trump cards together. Like we do VFX, we do motion graphics, we are better in this department, we are better in, don't just take everything and like start working, because then you'll go ki I'll do this, I'll do that, then you'll never grow in that.
So this is working for you?
Yeah, from experience I can say. it's working.
Good. Yeah. So after the last panel, I think we have some positive outputs coming in now. That's what I like about the younger brigade of, if I can call, the younger brigade of VFX industry heads. Very soon we become industry heads. I wish that. Coming to Niraj, yeah. So would you like to add on the same question, and then I can move on to more specific questions to each one of you.
Okay. Thank you for having me here. If I say in very short, for me, it's a system over the size. As we heard in the last session also, they said if you make a large company, it's very difficult to come down. So first build your system, then build your size.
Very good. And what has been the single biggest turning point in your studio journey so far?
So there are many turning points, but I want to highlight our latest one. We are smartly pivoting our pipeline into AI and ML based. Through this now we are making project-based applications, custom tools, which are really helping us. If I explain in use case what we have used, so we had a project in which there is a sequence of 50-60 shot which has heavily element integrations, and to integrate those elements now, artists need to search every element, go and pull in your software and check is it working or not, is the speed is correct or not, resolution is matching or not. So these unnecessary things are taking too much time. So we build a system where we can see all our element in the one pipeline, in the one single screen, and anyone can play just by mouse roll over or something, and you can just click copy the path and use it. So this will reduce our production time also, and also give a better vision of using tools. So the whole this AI and ML makes us very useful tools. We are not wasting time in the random things. So yes, this is the things which really turn out the way we are working.
Great. Samridhi, production management often determines whether a studio scales successfully. What systems or processes are essential for sustainable growth, according to you, and what do you follow in your studio?
Yeah. So for production management, first it always comes in the mind like what kind of planning we are doing. Are the plannings are really realistic? Because whenever we take the project, okay, we have first bid the project, take the project, but then we really don't have any idea. Things go on toss. So always have the realistic planning, always have this like what is the best thing we can do in-house or the capabilities we have in order to avoid the burnout, because occasionally we understand like, there are some deadlines and we have to work, but every time it is not possible. So ensuring that we have the realistic plan, then after that we have to ensure that production management tool or any kind of, maybe system what we are using in-house, that has the clarity for all the stakeholders involved. That can be your internal stakeholders, or sometimes if you can give the access to client, they should be also have the access like where the project is going, what's the ongoing status, and how we can, make it moving forward. So that will allow to run the project in a better and successful way.
Nice. Coming back to you, Vrushank, Ek Number Studios has built a distinct creative identity. How important is branding and positioning for a VFX studio which is trying to scale today?
Yeah, it's very important. It's like jo dikhega nahi wo bikega nahi. Yeah, so that is what we follow. So from our name only you'll see acha so we do
Ek number ka
yeah
studio
ek
hai.
number. So सिर्फ नाम नहीं काम भी एक number.
Badhiya.
So yeah.
Back to Niraj, from a VFX supervisor's perspective, what separates a scalable studio from a studio that remains project dependent?
A scalable studio relies on systems or pipelines, not any individual star. So if your result in changing when someone specific artist or lead or supervisor leaving your company, then you are not the scalable studio, you are the project dependent. We can example it like Pani Puri wala famous in the gully, they can't scale that much. If you follow the MACD process, if you build a system, you manage to deliver a particular quality, no matter who is sitting on the chair or who is operating that. That is the correct way.
Samridhi, how do you manage talent retention and team culture in a fast-growing creative environment? I think it's one of the biggest challenges with so many VFX studios, established studios and growing studios in the same ecosystem. How do you manage to retain the talent pipeline, because they tend to probably move over to a bigger studio? So how do you try to convince them, or what do you do to motivate them to stay back with you?
Yeah, so this is one of the hot topic always happen weekly or bi-weekly with my HR team and the management, like how to retain the best one. You never know like what are the reasons why that talent doesn't want to continue with us or wanted to change. Sometimes I understand that yes, they're definitely for better growth or better salaries, but sometimes we have to also understand what they need the most, especially with the creatives. They are emotional, to be honest. When I say emotional, it's like they are giving the emotions to the work. They wanted to work passionately with that. They really want the creative freedom, and sometimes they really wanted to be respected at the workplace. So we have to see like what kind of factors are making them to run or collaborate for longer run. Maybe sometimes people just want to be recognized or being rewarded for the work. So I believe for such thing we should really have the session one-on-one with maximum of all the individual. When I say one-on-one, then there the leadership team should really step in. They should really understand what is happening with the team. Is it there any some personal issues or professional issues, and how we can help them to grow and collaborate together, and how we can make the definitely work place a good place or the safer place all around.
Great. Vrushank, what strategies, like you said your studio is now 7 years old, right? So roughly around just before COVID would have started, just before COVID. So what strategies helped you build client confidence during the early stages of the company? I think it was always challenging to project yourself out there in the industry, trying to say that you have come up now with a VFX studio and you are competing with the bigger names in the VFX industry. It would have been really challenging for you to pitch yourself. So what was the strategies that you used when you started your studio probably about 7 years back?
Yeah. So from my experience, any studio, anything you start, it starts with a relationship. So by showing my reel, I won't get that work in the start. First, I need to build the relation. Then that person will see the reel and then pass on the work. So when I started, after Rhythm and News, I started freelancing. And when I was freelancing, I made those relations, and slowly I started my pitching my studio to them that now I have started a studio. Now it's a team, so please give us work, and that's how I built my showreel. So
do you face competition from freelancers? Because in the last panel we heard people saying that freelancers also have become a kind of a competing factor in the industry today. It's not only about studios. You have to compete with freelancers also. So do you find that problem when you're...
We have to compete with bigger studios.
That's where the challenge is. You're neither a freelancer nor a big studio. You're in between. You're trying to become big,
and then you have to compete with the clients who have their AI ka app that will do it in the app. So there is competition like that.
So what do you do? I mean, like you don't involve in price cutting and price.
No, so that's a sad story in India. Like we have to cut somewhere the prices to compete. But like we try to avoid because see what happens is if the client doesn't respect your art and he's like कि वो मुझे सस्ते में like जैसे पहले के panel में they discussed, if somebody is giving a cheaper deal, so he'll go there, but that's fine, you'll get your client someday. So you have to like fight for that. You have to fix one minimum rate, because otherwise then you're just a freelancer with a team.
True. Niraj, what are the most common mistakes young VFX teams make while trying to scale quickly?
Okay, so I think there is three major mistake which take first start hiring too fast before building their internal pipeline. So if you hire more people without having a good pipeline, it makes a full chaos in your system only. Second, uh, if you underbid to take any project, and to deliver that project, you have to exhaust your team. So that is the second mistake.
What opportunities do you see for women entrepreneurs and leaders in the VFX and animation industry? And what challenges do you face?
I think we have come long way back. So if you have asked 10 years back, might be there was some different answer. But I feel like, especially when I will start from WRC, like when we have started in the company, at least for 2 or 3 years, I took really a pride that we have the 47% of ratio where we were women who were employed with us. And I assume, I think we are the highest one in terms of, especially in the VFX industry. We are still trying our hard to maintain this ratio for sure. But yes, when I say like in future, definitely I just see a diversified leadership, and also with the help of the emotional intelligence, and they will definitely add on value and bring some more innovation on the table, maybe, and help in growing the orange economy for sure.
Fantastic. Going back to Vrushank, as a founder, how do you balance creative ambition with operational realities like budgets, timelines, and team scaling?
Yeah, so once you're an artist, na, so it's very difficult to think that like as a founder you have to think about lots of stuff. But when you're an artist, it's very easy that I am just working on my shot, on my art, and that is it. So I'll give and as an artist you have to give, always want to give a higher quality than your previous one. Okay, but as a business owner, as a studio, you need to also think about the timeline, the deadlines, your bandwidth, how many people are working, your everything. So then that is the thing which you have to juggle. If like what happens is कि नहीं ये शॉट मैं एक दो और 2 घंटा दे देता हूँ और 3 घंटा दे देता हूँ. But then what happens is कि अरे deadline 10 बजे का तो deadline है, so now what should we do? That's why optimization, we need to optimize it first. Think beforehand. Pre-production is very important. Like even anything, even starting a shot, you first think about it, how you will take care of the shot, and then it'll be easier. So for like good creativity, I think optimization is the key.
Okay, so I think we have just about 5 minutes left, but I would like all the three of you to answer this. I know it's a very commonly asked question everywhere, but before asking that question, I would just like to tell that, you know, from the state that I come from, Karnataka, we are trying to build an entire pipeline for Karnataka IP framework to encourage student entrepreneurs and young studios to scale up their operations. Right from a seed grant to up to distribution and marketing, we are creating an entire pipeline. So it is important for me to understand, since I'm working on that proposal, and we are trying to see how we could encourage more and more people to start studios and to become successful entrepreneurs. Do you feel that AI will impact entrepreneurship in VFX over the next 3 to 5 years? If yes, then what steps do you have to take? If no, then why? Anybody can answer.
So for me, I don't think so. It will be any harm. Just treat this AI as a tool, and when I say tool, it will definitely see. We have to understand we are into this creative business, rather than working on the repetitive work or something which is literally losing our interest or sometimes creativity. So for that, take the help of AI. What is harming us? And it is also bringing the efficiency in the flow, right? So allow yourself to bring your creative vision in maybe in different way. Take the help of those tools, and that will definitely help to run the profitable business maybe in coming years. So the struggle what we face usually, like, oh, this check so many mandates, so many bids, and we have been burned down. Our cash flows are going. We are literally running in the loss. Why not to take the help of such tools, which will definitely bring it down? And maybe sooner or later, maybe may say like, yeah, we are running in the profitable business in coming years.
Your take on this?
Yeah, so AI is good and bad. It's how you take it. So for me, like I would say ki AI is a tool it's like Photoshop, like how Photoshop came in the industry. Before that, your hand painting artists and poster designers, everybody used to just paint and do their stuff. But then they got scared ki Photoshop, something digital is coming. Okay, so people were like, jobs jayega, ye hoga, wo hoga. But if you learn, if somebody learned Photoshop, they're like, okay, now my work is a bit easier, or I can access to more tools, and it's cheaper than buying colors. And yeah, so that is it. It was a boon for them. So जो सीखा वो पहुंच गया ऊपर वैसा.
So, Niraj, your take on this?
Yeah. So I think it will definitely change. We are already seeing changes to generalizing VFX in a many way. We have tools like Canva, Xfield, and FreePic. They are giving power to a non-designer, not VFX artist to come on board and just put your ideas and making your shots. Even they have a stage to just transfer your motion into any characters, and people are making reels of that. So, hello, someone come with an idea कि we can generalize the VFX, and he did that. Maybe in India also, it also gonna change the entrepreneurship. It will, if you have a good idea, you can make anything out of it. You don't need a particular team, or you need obviously team, but जब हमने स्टार्ट किया था तो वी नीड अ ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल कि यू हैंडल दिस, यू हैंडल दिस, यू हैंडल दिस. That benchmark will definitely go on.
Wonderful. I think we just about 2 minutes to go. I think we are very clear. All of us here believe that VFX industry is doing good. VFX industry is growing. VFX industry is scalable. AI is not going to affect. Entrepreneurship is still going to continue. More and more studios are going to come up. It's been a positive discussion. That's what I wanted to do, because it would have been a positive end to the day that we have had today. Thank you so much for being a part of this panel. Today's industry of scaling the studio is not about growing big, but growing smart. And that's what we wanted to tell the audience, that let's all be positive. It's definitely doing good, definitely going to do better. And these three wonderful people on the dais are a proof that VFX is doing great, and they're all happy doing that. I can see the smiles on their faces. And I wish them all the best, and wish all the audience also to encourage entrepreneurship and support studios to come up, so that we have more and more studios coming up, more and more youngsters coming out, more and more IPs getting created, make India the soft global power in the AVDC industry for the world.